No. Oh, there we are. Okay, we are live. Okay, welcome everybody to the expert interview series. I'm so glad you're here today. It's been a great, amazing day. Charlotte and I were just talking about how amazing and powerful women are, and just how fun it is to talk about, hear stories and talk about, what people are doing. So anyway, it's been a great day. I hope you're having a great day. And I would love to know where you're from. So write in the comments where you're from, whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching us live, which I hope you are. And let us know if you have any questions. You can always post them down in the comments and we will actually answer them after the show. But I wanted to start this expert interview series. I started it last year because a lot of people have a lot of great ideas, but have trouble implementing them. And so each guest comes on and shares their expertise and will also share a tip or strategy that's going to help you in your business move one step forward towards your goals. So every one of my guests has amazing, amazing tips and things that they talk about, no matter what the area of topic is. And today, my guest is extra special because she's going to be talking about something that I know so many people want to know about. And so before we dive in, let me just introduce myself. My name's Lisa Mizels. I'm the founder of Unleash Your Mojo Online, which is my private community where I teach people how to get visible online. I'm also the creator of the Empowered Living Show, which is an internationally acclaimed show, and then this show. And so I'd love it if you, again, if you give us some hearts or some thumbs up and, really help us out here with engagement. So this show meets twice a week. It meets on Wednesdays and Fridays live, and then the replays are in the video section, so you can catch all of them there. And so let me introduce my guest today, Charlotte Howard. Welcome, Charlotte.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
Well,
how are you?
I'm thrilled to have you. I just can't tell you how many people I've spoken to. They're like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect person to have on. So Charlotte is going to be sharing about the seven secret books women need to write to become a best-selling author. So she's going to be sharing this, and chances are, here comes a kitty. Chances are you've read many of these styles of your favorite authors, and with good reason. She says they're the easiest to write, and they have extraordinary market appeal to become a bestseller. So if you haven't already, again, like my page, give us some hearts, and we're going to jump in. I'm going to read you a little bit about Charlotte's background, so you get to know her a little bit more, and then we will dive into the interview. So Charlotte's message to the world is live, love, and inspire. Sorry, animal. This should be the far side. Anyway, so my screen might go crash. Anyway, live, love, and inspire. And live the life you dream, doing what you love, and keep inspiring others to do the same. And I think this is such a great message, Charlotte. It's like I think this is just a perfect message. So Charlotte Howard is an award-winning transformational lifestyle coach. She's a #1 international best-selling author of the Success in Beauty book series, Stylist Riches book series, and How to Easily Publish and Profit. She's a book publishing expert who personally published over 40 best-selling books in 13 different languages. She's been called by the Information Marketing Journal of Information Marketing Genius and featured in over 100 media outlets, including ABC, NBC, and FOX. From her experience, she's created high-performance, proven programs that will empower and inspire you to transform your life. As a visionary of the Hairstylist Riches movement and Success in Beauty movement, her beauty boss secrets have helped thousands of beauty industry experts, entrepreneurs, and women achieve their heartfelt goals and dreams. In her free time, she travels and explores beautiful vacation destinations with her family. She also loves teaching, reading, writing, taking brisk walks on the beach, listening to music, dancing, and watching movies. She says her big why, I always ask my guests what their big why is, because I think it's so important for us to really ground into that why, because that why is really the motivation that moves us forward in our business. So she says her big why is her family. She said building a legacy for family is important to her, and teaching others how to do it satisfies her heart. So welcome, Charlotte. I'm so happy you're here. So I read a little bit about your background and your, a little bit, but take us a little deeper. Take us a little bit more into how you got to where you are today.
Thank you. Thank you so much again for having me. Well, I started, when I was in high school. I've always been fascinated with hair, and I love how it would make people feel, good after they got their hair done. So I knew that I wanted to get into the beauty industry. So I went to school, went to college, graduated, got a certification as a cosmetologist. Mm-hmm. And after that, I wanted more. I wanted to become a better leader in the industry. So, of course, I took on a leadership position and became a salon manager. I wind up managing multiple salons, helping them to go to six figures. I used to work over 80 hours a week managing these salons.
Oh, my goodness.
So it was definitely a learning experience as well. And one day I went to the doctor and he told me, because my hands were hurting me real bad. Mm-hmm. And so I had to take off work and went in for an appointment. And he told me, you have carpal tunnel syndrome. Mm-hmm. So from there, he told me I needed to change my profession, but I needed to find something still that I was most passionate about. And I told him, but wait, I'm passionate about this. Yes. And so that led me to, of course, my position was replaced, but I had to train the person that was coming in and taking over the management position. And so as I was training, of course, I just became a hairstylist, which is phenomenal because I didn't have all of the stress that comes along with being a manager at the same time. But I absolutely loved it. I learned so much. But, from there, I took a pay cut because, you make more when you're managing, unless you're doing like some platform work on the side and all that stuff. But from there, I decided I wanted to look for a way to work from home that I could supplement some income. And so I searched online like so many of us do. And I was looking for a way to really go about turning what I've already learned, my knowledge, my skills, my talents, and turning it into something that I can still leverage what I've already been doing with mentoring and coaching in the industry. So I started my own consulting business. I found my coach and she, mentored me on how to go about, turning what I really, really love into something that I'm most passionate about. Again, staying with what I really wanted to do and really help people, And so that then after creating all these, I wrote a book about my experience, and that I love writing. I love writing so much because I felt like it alleviated so much of the stress that I had built up from me, being downsized, my position and just the whole transition. Mm-hmm. Allowed me the ability to say, get my thoughts on paper. But at the same time, it was like a healing process for me by sharing my story, with others. And then I started getting more people that were going through wanting to leave corporate America, and they wanted to start taking their passion and turning it into what they're most passionate about as well. and being able to help other people do the same. And so that's pretty much how my movement's actually begun, because the message was already there. There were so many other people that that really wanted to have more freedom, more time to do what it is that they love to do. Yeah. And so from there, I started my publishing company, and I started interviewing other experts and other entrepreneurs, and I still do that, here today. And so it's just such a fun experience.
It's fun. And you know what I want people to hear is that when something happens that we think is bad, it's always moving us up to the next level, right? There's always more for us. And so your story exemplified that perfectly, because, one thing happened and it led to another thing, it led to another, and look where you are today.
Yes, absolutely. And I just absolutely love what I do. It's like I already love what I was doing before, but it's just like, oh my gosh, I get to help more people do the same even more.
Yeah. So let's talk about publishing, because I know that there's women watching or that will watch the replay that have a book. In fact, I just wrote this.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's just proof. So it's coming out in May. But yeah, give us some tips about publishing and best-selling secrets and all of those things.
Oh, absolutely. So there are 7 key books, of course, that you definitely want to look at publishing, because of it. Everyone's situation is different. Mm-hmm. And their goals are different. And so just knowing what it is that you want your overall goal to be, whether that's building your community, whether that's building your brand, whether that's sharing your inspirational story. So I want to start with number 1, which is you have an amazing brand yourself, Lisa. And you have all of these different programs that you have that are transformational, changing people's lives. And so you can, for everyone that's listening in, creating a signature program book, is branded to, like, say, Lisa, she has her own brand. And so branding it to her, and that you're not going to replace it. So it's a method that you have perfected. Like, you are all about visibility and helping people get their message out to the world as well. And so you have a signature branded message. So that would be a number 1 book that you definitely want to, if you have some method that you have perfected and that it's proven and it works, get a book out.
Get a book out. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Great. And of course, there are the second one is, like I shared my story, and like so many of you, you definitely have a story that will inspire other people. So you may have achieved you went through this obstacle that, like I went through carpal tunnel syndrome. You might have went through a homeschooling challenge. You might have went through a marketing challenge, a business challenge, whatever it is that you've overcome. You definitely want to make sure that you publish a book around that, so that you can share the challenges and also the lessons that you've learned, through that as well. Lisa, can you share a little bit more about your book, what it's about as well?
Yeah, so it's called Claim Your Brilliance, and it's about my philosophy and my process. So it has both kind of, not so much of my story. It's got a little bit of my story in it, but it's really about the process I use with my clients, how I inspire them, and the philosophy. Yeah, my philosophy, my process, my signature process, I guess is what you would say.
Absolutely. And there are books that are, kind of have these 7 components that I'm going to share, in it. And that's perfectly fine. It's just a matter of definitely making sure that you get it out there as well. And so that brings me to the third one, which is expert interviews, which Lisa, you do this all the time.
Yes.
As well. It's a great way to raise your credibility, influence, and your celebrity in any area, any niche that you want to tackle. So say you have access to like 5 to 7 celebrities or peers that you want to interview, then of course you can aim to be an expert, even if you aren't an expert in that area of expertise.
Yes.
So you take these different interviews and then you can like transcribe the information and compile it and put it all together and make this book like so valuable, like to other people that are having different challenges and things that are going on.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I love that tip.
Absolutely. And so my fourth one that I want to share is inspirational. I know that you talked about that you shared some inspiration in your book as well. So if you specialize in any type of emotional healing or spiritual healing or whatever it is that you specialize in, again, you could easily write stories. You can add affirmations and different parables that really uplift people. And it's just, again, making sure that they are, proven. You've already tested all of this information and you're just really trying to get your information out there to really make a big difference in the world.
Yeah.
And so it's really important. There are so many people that, they have, different valuable information that could be shared, but they're afraid, like, where do I start? Where do I go next? And that's where I'm going to come to number 5, which is creating a how-to book. Now, whether you want to teach your clients a task, like you have different methods, Lisa, that you've created in your book, and everybody will be able to get it in May, which is exciting. Absolutely. So you have shared, you've shared some of your strategies. So this is one thing that people need to do as well. Share a strategy, share a skill or a method that you have mastered, that can really help. But it's also a great tool for the onboarding process for those potential coaching clients, as well, to really move into the next level of working with you. So it's like a kind of like pre-preparing them, to before getting access into your coaching program. It's just giving them the how-to as well. So that's really, really exciting. You definitely want to take a look at that, because I know there's always so much information, so much how-to information that we can share.
Yes. These are great.
And so thank you. The next one that I want to share is like a survival guide. This is, of course, best for clients that are closer to the journey of starting their journey. And this can be like an essential tools or different pitfalls that they've, that you've overcome, that you have it already in a book. And so like strategies for setup, for instance. So a survival guide is like another type of book you definitely want to look into to creating as well. And then, of course, the 7th one is all about what I call a goal book, and I call it like the first steps type of book. And so this is basically basic skills to set your future, again, potential clients up for success. It's a great starter book. Of course, all of these different types of books will definitely, if you just choose at least one of these to start with, because believe me, once you start writing, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love writing. And I didn't always love writing when I was in high school, and I would have all these different things that I would have to do, like with English class. It's like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to do that. But then it's like, as we grow through life, you start, I like to say, we start growing up, and things start to change. And so those are the 7 books that women definitely want to publish, to really have that best-selling book potential as well.
I love that. So let's go through them real quick again. Number 1.
Number 1 is your signature book program. Okay. And number 2 is My Story, sharing your story. Yes. Number 3 is your expert interviews. Number 4 is your inspirational book. Number 5 is your how-to book. Mm-hmm. Number 6 is your survival guide book.
That one, yeah.
And then number 7 is like your first steps goal book.
Those are great. Oh my gosh, those are great. It really just breaks it down very simply into the different kinds. And I know that a lot of people are working on like they're putting their heart and soul out there into their story, which is a very, like you were saying, a very healing process to be able to write and share with others, right? And I think that's what we do with our business too, is as we share a part of ourselves, as we share our process, we heal as we help heal others, right? I don't know where I was going with that. But.
Absolutely. I totally understand where you're coming from. And a lot of people don't realize, but journaling on a daily basis, like if you just journaled your thoughts and your feelings on a daily basis, and what are you going to do to overcome those? If you did that for 30 days, even, you have a book already.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you how many journals I have going back to like 1980.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You have to get it. Get more and share more, you know?
God,
it's so much information.
Yes. Yes. That's great. Okay. So for women, because you help with the publishing process. So for women who want to publish, what do they need to know? Like I know this wasn't what we were going to talk about, but what are some things that they need to know?
Well, some of the things that they need to know is you don't have to be a guru to get your book out there. And so a lot of people, a lot of the clients that I've worked with in the past, they thought they have to do all of the work themselves. Mm-hmm. You can, when we work with our clients, we have a consult with them. We like to know what their goals are. So the number one thing I would say to answer your question would be, choose, if it's one of these 7, you definitely want to choose one of these 7s for bestseller potential, and think about which one of these 7 would be, like, which one of those would be the one you would want to share first. Mm-hmm. Of course, if you are a woman that has been going through, you may have went through a traumatic experience, I would encourage you to write an inspirational book about how you've overcome that challenge, so you can be of inspiration to other women or other men or children even that are going through the same challenge. So number 1, knowing that goal of what it is that you want your book to be about, and how the second part of that is how will you utilize this book to make a bigger impact to the people that you are looking to serve with your message as well.
Yeah, no, those are great. So because you have to know how you want to use it. You want to just sell it, or do you want to take it with you when you speak, or do you want to have it in the back of your workshops, or how do you want to use it, right?
Yes, because and I'm going to recommend all of those. Yes, because a book is definitely going to open up so many doors. You can get sponsorships for different organizations. Once they know that you're an author, and then on top of that, a best-selling author, it just opens up so many doors for you, because they want, when you're an author, they want to have you on, but when you are a best-selling author, they're like, oh, we gotta have her. Yeah. So it's like, just knowing what it is that you want to do. So it's going to definitely open the doors for speaking engagements, for sponsorships, for credibility, for visibility, for influence, for building relationships with your, utilizing your books to build relationships so people can get to know more about who you are and how you can help them at the same time. I have so many clients that come back to me and say, when someone have read my book, my client has told me how they feel like they just understand me better and they want to do more business with me because of that. Yeah. So if you're not getting your book out, you're really holding yourself back from really impacting people's lives positively.
Yes. Now, with your publishing program, do you take people through getting their book published and getting it out there? Do you do the marketing part as well, or what's your process, I guess?
Absolutely. Well, there are some of my clients that come to me and they already have written their books and they need us to do the editing. We go through the whole entire process from the start to finish. But then there are clients that I work with that they don't have anything already and they want to start building from scratch. So we set up a consultation with them. We hear their goals, their needs, their passion for wanting to write this book. And then we work with them from start to finish, and from the editing, from the cover creation, because all of these key components, it's really essential to making your book a bestseller. So we go through the process from the editing phase all the way through to the writing, and they also get coaching and mentorship every step of the way, especially if there's a brand new and starting out with the author process. And so, of course, there's pre-prep for getting your book started. And then after that, as well, with the marketing side of it, we promote all of our clients. We help them with getting speaking engagements and things like that as well. So it just depends on what the client's needs are at the same time, because a lot of clients, they just want to focus on, after their book is published, they want us to focus on getting them booked for speaking engagements and just really helping them. And so our clients, of course, they have special pricing once they become our clients at the same time. And they get special pricing on their books so that they can have profitability, but also impact. And so we teach our clients also how to take their book, and if they don't have a coaching program, then the next step is for them to create a coaching program and tie it into utilizing their book at the same time as well. So it's a lot of moving pieces, as you know, Lisa. It's a lot of moving pieces. But if you guys have questions, I definitely drop them in, below.
Yes.
We'd love to see the questions come through, and I will definitely go back and answer any questions that you have as well.
Yeah, please put your comments below. You just, we will both get the comments. So you can tag us, or you can just put the comments in, and we'll be able to get them. But these are such great tips. These are, for people just starting, or for people who already like me, already have a book, and it's like, okay, what do you want to do with it? What's your goal with it? So I love that you brought that up. These are some great things. And where can people find you to find out more about what you're up to?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for that. It's www.heartcenteredwomenpublishing.com as well. And they can get all the information. They can reach out to us if they have, questions. We can get on and speak with them in person or face to face, however you guys like as well, and get your questions answered.
That's great. Yeah. And I'm going to post that link up I'm going to post it up in the live, in the post after we're done here. So you guys can just go ahead and click on it when we're done. But Charlotte, do you have any fun, exciting things coming up that you want to tell us about?
Oh my gosh, I'm always doing fun and exciting things, just like you, Lisa, right? I do. I'm going to actually be in Minnesota to a business event. Like, I teach people how to take their passion and turn it into profit. So I'll be at an e-commerce business summit next month. And then I have two two summits coming up, and everyone can take a look at once they go to Heart Centered Women Publishing as well. I go really more in depth about how to create a best-selling book as well. And those two are free events as well. So that's the International Business Women Summit, as well as the Amazing Women of Influence Summit as well. And so you can see all of that as well. And really all about the amazing business, the Amazing Women of Influence Summit. It's all about taking, going from entrepreneur to becoming an award-winning coach at the same time. Ooh. So, great. There's two different summits and things like that. And just always looking to connect with like-minded people. And, that's just really what I love to do.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for these tips. This has been great. And I hope audience, if you have questions, please post them below so we can come back and answer them. And please post your questions because it makes it more fun for us when we get to go back and answer questions, but you'll get more information too when you ask the question that you want. So thank you so much, Charlotte. And thank you, listeners, viewers, for being here, whether you're live or on the replay. And I will see you on Friday for our next expert interview series. So Charlotte, you hold on and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. We'll see you next time.